Hi there, I'm Cristiana Rosa here with Grand Valley State head baseball coach Jordan Keur. Happy baseball season.
Doesn't seem like that outside, but no, we're excited for this season. It's fastly approaching, so we're excited.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting baseball season. You're coming off of two back-to-back tournament appearances. You hosted a regional for the first time since 2006, ranked 18th in the preseason polls. What can you expect going into your third year as head coach?
Yeah, it's been an exciting 2 seasons, but any head coach will tell you that what you did in the past years doesn't really matter this year. It's a new team, new group of guys, combined with a good core of guys. That's what I'm most excited about. I think we have a lot of talented youth, but we also return a lot of veteran core, which is always a recipe for success when you're going into a season. But balls haven't been laid. We haven't played our first game yet, so you never know but it's exciting, and I'm ready for the season. I think our guys are ready for the season. They've been working hard. So
Yeah, let's talk about that. You have a really good blend of returners and newcomers, especially pitching and defensively. So what can you expect on the mound?
yeah, as a coach, when you get 2 weekend starters back that have had as much experience as Owen Avery and Colin Bradley have, it gives you a little peace of mind. So I'm glad those guys are back, but they add that presence to the starting rotation where the consistency of what you're going to get from those guys. Then we return some relievers, but we've lost a lot of guys. Like it's hard to replace an All-American in Jaden Dentler, Will Goebel, and Al Thorington, guys that threw valuable and a lot of innings. But I think we have a blend of, like I said, a lot of talented young guys with some of our freshmen that are going to be vying for some playing time early in Jackson Keys, Luke Stevens, Michael Giroux, and Braden Muir. But we've also paired that with a few veteran guys that have had a lot of innings. And J.J. Mannion coming from Kalamazoo Valley Community College, Keegan Bobbitt throwing a lot of innings for Roosevelt and South Suburban Community College, and then also Duncan McLaughlin, who's had some Division I experience and actually threw a decent amount of innings. Important innings for them, so having that experience to plug and play in our pitching staff is going to be a recipe that we've always tried to get here. Is you want to have a deep, good pitching staff, and I think we put the pieces together. It's just, again, you never know until you roll the balls out and start playing. So, but I am excited. I think this is the deepest pitching staff that we could have potentially here since our time here. So I'm excited about that. We have a lot of moving pieces.
What have your veterans contributed not only to the team but to those freshmen, to those transfer newcomers?
Oh, it's huge. Just for them to see how they go about, how they work on a daily basis, how they handle themselves in situations. And again, I think it's when you get into the games, they see that calming presence where, again, I think those younger guys have to adjust sometimes to the game speed. And that's what we prepare all fall and winter for. But until you actually get into a game, it's hard to tell what's going to come of that. But no, I think that calming presence and that veteran voice for those guys is a big thing. So
We got some veterans in the outfield as well. We have Caden Thalen, Ryan Stimmick, and we have some new transfers. We have Jake Skaggs, Will Bowen. How will they command the field?
yeah, it'll be exciting. I think we can. Again, I'm excited about our depth this year. I think we've added a lot of depth, and a lot of new guys have made our returning guys better. We talk about that iron sharpens iron thing, where you're making each other better, and I think we're going to have a lot of moving pieces. In the outfield and things we can do, we have a lot of left-handed hitters this year, where last few years, we haven't had that in our lineup. So we can go righty heavy, we can go lefty heavy. But again, I think it's just that experience. With Caden Thalen playing a decent amount as a freshman last year, and then Jake Skaggs, who transferred in, who brings a plethora of innings and experience. Commanding that center field, I think that's a big thing. And I think just his athleticism, I'm excited about our defense with the outfielders, and I'm biased to that because I work with our outfielders. But no, and then Ryan Stimmick, I think, and then Will Bowen, obviously, those two going at it in right field. But we can also move Ryan to center. We can move him to left. We can move Will to left. We can move Will to first. There's a lot of moving parts. You got Nolan Elvert, who's put together a really good fall and winter as well. That he was one of our opening day starters last year as a freshman, and he's played well this fall and winter, so I'm excited to see what he could potentially do as well. So.
Yeah, we talked about the mound, talked about field. Now let's talk about behind the plate. You've got some newcomers there, but you also have Nick Kristich. What are you going to see them do this year?
Yeah, we always talk about in the recruiting process and what we want, you want to be strong up the middle of the field, right? Where I think we've done that, and I think Nick, just his presence back there, and again, the experience of him behind the plate, in the relationships and the chemistry that he has with our pitching staff, and especially the returning guys, that's huge. That's a really big thing, and so I'm excited to see the year that Nick can put together as our number one catcher. And I think, again, Noah Brandt has been very, very impressive fall and even better in the winter. So I think obviously a catcher can't catch every single game of the year, so you got to have a good catching core. So I think Noah Brandt. Again, being a freshman, but having the tools and getting that, again, the chemistry with the pitching staff is huge. And then Emmanuel Scott caught some big time games for us last year. He got some action in the GLIAC tournament. He got some action in the regional. So, again, I feel really strongly about our catching staff, and we can plug and play whatever guy we need. Like I said, the depth of our team is something that really stands out to me as a coach, and it's exciting that we have a lot of moving parts that make my job a little bit harder, but I'm excited about that piece of it.
Yeah, excited about that piece of it, excited about this season, but you do have a challenging regional season ahead. You have non-conference opponents like Northwood, and you have some conference opponents such as Davenport. What are you excited to see from those matchups?
Yeah, I think the GLIAC in general, I think, is a really, really good conference with a lot of really good coaches. The teams in the GLIAC, it's been challenging the last 2 years with the teams at the top of the GLIAC. I think it's always a 4, 5, 6-man race with you're never going to get an easy weekend. There's no easy weekends in the GLIAC. So I think challenging ourselves from a non-conference standpoint to get us prepared for the GLIAC play is something that we, as coaching staff, always look for. And what better way to start it off with Northwood, who came out, I believe they're ranked 8th in the country right now, who return a lot of returning starters, and I think it's exciting that we get to go out of the gates and challenge ourselves in that way. And then spring break in Missouri this year, we go to Missouri S&T, who we played in our regional here, and then we're going to go play a 4-game series at Maryville, which I know Pat has always got a really good team over there and a competitive team in the GLVC. So I'm excited about that. We're going to be road warriors this year. I mean, we only have 13 home games this year, which is crazy, but it's going to be a challenging schedule. And then we're going to go out to Florida after that and play Embry-Riddle and Middle Georgia, and then in between our Missouri S&T and Maryville weren't enough. We're going to throw Augustana and Drury in there, who are really, really good programs. So we're going to get tested early and we're going to get tested often. But we're excited about it, and I know our guys are really excited about it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You said you're going to get tested. Is there anything that you guys are sticking to make sure that your energy stays up throughout the season, mentally, emotionally? Any quotes, phrases?
No, we don't really have mantras. It's just it's kind of like we recruit guys that love to play baseball, and that's what it is. I don't have to push these guys to play; they're pushing each other, and I think that's what I love about this team is they love baseball and they love to compete. They love to be around each other. It's something that's as a coach, it just makes my job a heck of a lot easier. Where I don't have to force that. If I have to force that, then probably shouldn't be recruiting those players. So, but I think that's what our team has bonded very well, again, with a mix of veteran guys and those younger guys. It's been really cool to see, and I think that's going to bode well for us, the chemistry on the field. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. We're excited to see you on the field. Good luck against Northwood next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Anchor up.